Welcome back. Well, there is still no trace of the helicopter carrying Arunachal Chief Minister Dorji Khandu, which went missing yesterday morning. The 5-seater Pawan Hans helicopter carrying Dorji Khandu went missing 25 minutes after it took off from Tawang from Itanagar around 10 a.m. on Saturday. All records available do not indicate any direct confirmation of the chopper landing. A crisis management group has been formed in Arunachal. And as the search is still going on, there was confusion yesterday when the Chief Minister's office and Arunachal Governor J.J. Singh confirmed that the chopper had landed safely in Bhutan, reports that were only denied later. Now, NDTV has got exclusive details of a letter by Arunachal Pradesh Chief Minister's Home Secretary written to his state government officials, which elaborates upon what exactly led to the confusion. Now, it seems the Chief Minister's Principal Secretary gets a call that the helicopter has landed safely in Bhutan. The Principal Secretary says the caller sounded like the Chief Minister but could not confirm the identity. The IG SSB confirms the chopper is safe landing in Bhutan. The IG Law and Order tells the IGP that Bhutan Army has confirmed the landing. The landing confirmed to the Chief Secretary and the Governor J.J. Singh. And in a final twist, the Special Bureau Commissioner tells the IGP landing is not confirmed. Moving on, after a 7-month ordeal, 8 crew members of Asphalt venture have returned home to Mumbai. However, 7 crew members still remain in the pirates' captivity after Somali pirates double-crossed the ship owners even after the payment of a ransom. The 8 crew members arrived in Mumbai last night. The released crew members have expressed concern over the safety of their colleagues who are still in captivity. Well, many ports in India are not fulfilling their obligations to carry out sand bypassing to restore the beaches destroyed by the building of ports, says Jairam Ramesh. Speaking at the finale of NDTV Save India's coast camping, the Environment Minister noted the lapse on the part of ports and says that the ministry will carry out an audit of the environmental impact of the ports across the country.
Port owners the world over are supposed to be responsible for sand bypassing, but we've seen very few ports, if any, are actually doing this. Is there anything that the Environment Ministry can do to actually hold them accountable?
Well, they have to do the dredging. If they're not doing the dredging, we'll have to make sure that they do the dredging. Certainly between the Ministry of Shipping and the Ministry of Environment, we have to ensure that the dredging obligations that the ports have undertaken to do are actually fulfilled. I agree with you.
So you agreed that sand bypassing is a must. Can the Environment Ministry with the Shipping Ministry
we'll have a look at
some
it.
sort of
certainly.
audit
the idea that we should
doing
do
this, they'll have to pay a hefty fine, they'll be closed down if they don't.
Already, we have taken up the issue of environmental audit. I know, for example, Marmagaon Port, a lot of environmental issues. Every time I go to Goa, these environmental issues are raised by local communities, local residents, by the state government. And we have taken up the whole issue of environmental audit. Then this whole business of dredging, that ports, undertake to do some dredging, which they are not doing, So I agree with you that we need to pay far greater attention to the environmental audit as far as ports is concerned. I agree with you. We'll do it with the Ministry of Shipping and Transport.
Well, in a shocking incident, a railway ticket collector allegedly raped a woman in a moving train. The young woman was travelling on the Ajmer-Dadar Express. The TC has now been arrested, but the incident again raises very serious questions about the safety of women travelling on Indian trains.
This 25-year-old woman has become the victim of a shameful assault while travelling from Ajmer to Abu Road on the Ajmer-Dadar Express. A 52-year-old ticket collector, Didi Mishra, allegedly raped her in a lonely AC compartment on Friday night. The TT was allegedly drunk and he got the chance to overpower the victim as she was alone and the berths around her vacant.
स्लीपर कोच में बैठी थी मैं और मेरे को एसी में बुलाया एसी में बुलाने के बाद मेरे को करने लग गया था काम और उसके बाद और आगे कुछ नहीं बोलना चाहती मेरे ना भी सर दुख रहा है इस मन में.
When some passengers heard the woman's cries for help, they caught hold of the TT and thrashed him. When the train finally stopped at the Abu Road station, they handed the culprit to the railway police. Initial investigations have confirmed the rape charge and the police have registered a case.
ये पहले पूर्व परिचित हैं, पीड़ित महिला भी उनको जानती है और उसके बाद उन्होंने उसको बहला फुसला के और अपने विश्वास में लेके ये दुष्कर्म किया है, जो बिल्कुल गलत है और कठोर कार्रवाई की जाएगी।
Millions of people travel on Indian trains every day, and ticket collectors play a crucial role in not only checking their tickets but also ensuring that they don't suffer any difficulties. But if government officials responsible for their safety start assaulting passengers, hardly any woman is likely to feel safe in travelling by the Indian Railways. With Anil Areen in Mount Abu and Rajan Mahan, Tejas Mehta for NDTV.
And on to some international news now. Well, the Libyan leader Gaddafi's youngest son, Saif al-Arab, and 3 of his grandchildren were reportedly killed in a NATO airstrike. According to a Libyan government spokesperson, Gaddafi and his wife were in the Tripoli house of his 29-year-old son when it was hit by at least one missile fired by a NATO warplane. The incident happened late on Saturday. Gaddafi himself survived the attack. Libyan officials took journalists to the house, which had been hit by at least 3 missiles. The roof had completely caved in some areas. Saif al-Arab Gaddafi is the most unknown of the Libyan leader's children.
The house of Mr. Saif al-Arab Muammar al-Gaddafi, known as Uruba to most Libyans, who is the youngest of the leader's children, was attacked tonight with full power. The leader with his wife was there in the house with other friends and relatives. The attack resulted in the martyrdom of brother Saif al-Arab Muammar al-Gaddafi, 29-year-old, and 3 of the leader's grandchildren. The leader himself is in good health. He wasn't harmed.
Moving on, the removal of President Saleh of Yemen from his post remains to be on the fence. Protests for his immediate removal continued on Saturday. Yemen's embattled president backed away from a mediated deal that would have seen him step down in exchange for legal immunity. According to reports, Saleh said he did not want to sign the deal that was mediated by a bloc of neighboring Gulf countries. Thousands of protesters have been camping out in Change Square for weeks, demanding the resignation of the president and his government after 32 years in power. Still ahead on the bulletin, Obama takes a sweet revenge poking fun at Donald Trump. More details when we come back.